بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ورتل القرآن ترتيلا
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to a new clip in Makharij Al-Huruf with Baba Salam. Today we are having the final clip in Makharij Al-Huruf with Baba Salam. And the final clip today covers the sounds of the nasal cavity. Basically, the nasal cavity consists of two letters, if you may, two sounds. In fact, the same sound that involves two letters. And this sound is called Al-Ghunnah. Al-Ghunnah is actually a characteristic that is used commonly in tajweed, all right? But it is also considered a letter, just like the sounds of the oral cavity, e, the extension, oo, that just like they are also considered as letters when they are used as extension, or else they don't have names actually. The same thing applies to Al-Ghunnah. Al-Ghunnah becomes a letter when it is required to come from the nasal cavity. And here, Al-Ghunnah is produced from the nasal passage, nasal cavity, and it is not a letter on its own, it's rather a fundamental characteristic for Noon and Mim. Primarily, Ghunnah comes with Noon and Mim, and more so when the Noon or the Mim is emphasized. Therefore, Ghunnah has different level of heaviness. There are situations where you need to apply thicker Ghunnah. There are situations where you need to apply very minimal Ghunnah. And as long as there's Noon and there's Mim, then there will be some extent of Ghunnah in their pronunciation. Let's take a look at Noon. Obviously, Noon is one of the two letters that produce Al-Ghunnah, and the Ghunnah comes from the nasal cavity. It does not come from anywhere else, and it is the only thing that is supposed to be heard or felt from one's nose while reading the Qur'an. So if at any point you are reading any letters and it comes from your nose, then there is something wrong with its articulation. One needs to check it. So Al-Ghunnah, example, inna. All right. Now let's take a look at these examples. ألا يظن أولئك أنهم. You can see when you stress the noon, whether here or here, you will feel that the sound of the Ghunnah comes from one's nose. ثم لتسألن يومئذ عن النَّ. Of course, ثم is also one of it, which we will cover in the next few slides. And the next will be إنه كان توابا. And the next will be من الجنة والناس. You can see جنة, من الجنة والن. If you are to block your nose, you will not be able to proceed or to produce the Ghunnah. من الجنة. So if one blocks his nose and is still able to produce something that he may refer to as Ghunnah, then he is not actually articulating Ghunnah. Take a look at Mim. Al-Mim is also one of the two letters that produce Al-Ghunnah, and the example of Al-Mim will be you can feel it. Examples of Al-Ghunnah for the Mim will be وَامْرَأَتُهُ حَمَّالَةَ الْحَطَبِ. You can feel it, حَمَّالَةَ. However, even wam over here also you can feel there's a little extent of Ghunnah. Wam. You can feel it. ثُمَّ لَتُسْأَلُنَّ يَوْمَئِذٍ عَنِ النَّعِيمِ. ثُمَّ and لَتُسْأَلُنَّ with regards to Noon, عَنِ with regards to Noon. عَمَّ يَتَسَاءَلُونَ وَأَمَّا بِنِعْمَةِ رَبِّكَ فَحَدِّثْ. وَأَمَّا. All right? And this marks the end of this clip of Al-Ghunnah And it also marks the end of this series, Makharij Al-Huruf with Baba Salam. Whatever we have covered here and happens to be right and correct, it comes from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And whatever mistakes that we incur here, it comes from me and from shaitan. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala safeguard us and protect us from shaitan and from errors. Going through this will not make us perfect Qur'an readers. It can only feed us with some information, and it is with practice that we can master the reading of the Qur'an, more so that we can master the articulation of the Arabic alphabet, which will enhance our reading of the Qur'an. It is practice, practice, and practice. And don't ever feel shy to seek help when you need help. MashaAllah, as far as the Qur'an is concerned, you will find Qur'an teachers in every corner in the world. So we have no excuse not to be able to learn the Qur'an. Just reach out, seek help, and you will be surprised by the amount of people who are ready, willing to help. In fact, sometimes at no cost, free of charge. What after this series? With your dua, inshallah, the plan is to come out with the next series, which will be Sifat al-Huruf, or the characteristics of the Arabic alphabet, also with Baba Salam. Until then, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
ورتل القرآن ترتيلا